Thanks, Philip, and thanks, Philip and Lars, for inviting me here. Nice to meet you all. We get into a little bit about our story. As you know, we're in a crisis times. We're going through ebbs and flows. If people weren't thinking about digitalising their business before, they are absolutely doing that now. Our space is working with enterprise-sized partners, major brands that have large databases of SMB customers, and we work with their SMB customers in digitalising them. So we sell them websites, paid search, SEO, business listings and video. We are headquartered in Amsterdam. We see ourselves as a global business. We've had fast growth. And as I said, we work with enterprise-sized partners who are major brands within their category. They're dominant brands in their category. They typically have large sales forces and they know how to sell. And if they don't do that, and we believe in the business, we will help support them with sales and marketing and go-to-market strategies so that we enable them to sell our products. We are very focused on NPS. It's a leading light for us. I had the very good fortune, and sorry if my accent seems a little bit mixed up. I'm actually English, but spent 26 years living in Sydney. So I do prefer, typically when I'm in Europe, to say I'm Australian. I do have dual citizenship, and ignore the English bit. But NPS is a really big thing for us. I had the good fortune of working with a guy called David Thodey, who was the CEO of a big company there called Telstra, a big telco. And he was called the customer service CEO. He turned Telstra around from having a really bad, they got sledged in the market a lot, lost a lot of customers. And David came in and, as I said, I had the good fortune of working very closely with him and saw the turnaround in that business. Everything, a leading indicator is NPS. A lagging indicator that's a follow-on from that, for me, is around profitability. So if you look after your customers, they will spend more and your business can become more profitable. It was as simple as that. We've taken that philosophy into our business and very focused on what the customer experience is. Now, in our business, in our game, working with SMBs who typically don't have a whole lot of money to spare, they're time poor, and they can be very demanding. So to crack the nut of getting the customer experience right for SMBs and doing that on scale has taken some time to get there. But we think that we've nailed it. We've got to that position. If you're doing above a 0 in the NPS world, you're doing okay, and particularly in an SMB space. If you're doing 70, you're considered world class. Our average now is at 77. We consider ourselves as best of breed in our category, and typically our partners also see us as best as breed in our category, and our partners stay with us. We don't have churn. As you can imagine, we're a white labelled solution. So if you go to Ionis, or Eins and Eins formerly, but Ionis, we are the global partner for Ionis in delivering digital marketing solutions to their SMB customers. If you go to Ionis and you buy a website, that's us. We're at the back end of that. Those types of businesses do not stay with businesses if you give their customer a bad experience. So we're very focused on the customer experience. Just to put that into context, we thought we'd be a little bit cheeky and put ourselves up against some big brands. These are the NPS scores that typically are applied to these types of businesses. Spotzer has just been shortlisted with Ionis for a major award, which hopefully we win. We've been shortlisted amongst 5 against a couple of hundred that applied for an award. We think that we're in a good chance for that, and we're up against LinkedIn and some other major brands. But the focus on NPS has meant that we've had a really good uplift in partner retention. And partner management is a key piece of what we do. But we go to market offering a full suite of digital marketing solutions. The genesis of the business, or the origination of the business, was we went with video production, so on scale. We then evolved that into websites. So we work with different website building platforms. We build websites on scale, do SEO campaigns, SEM campaigns, all tech-driven. We've invested heavily in our workflows, in our software that sits at the back of driving those customer journeys, and everything is pretty much built within Salesforce. Salesforce is our engine, and then we've built a tech stack of integrating different products into that stack. And the reason that we did that was that we thought, instead of just specialising in just one, so just websites, the more products that we can offer our partners means we've got more stickiness with our partners. And so our partners then stay with us. And we are a subscription model. So it's important to us to keep the partners and to keep those subscriptions. And we believe that we've got a best-in-class solution based on the philosophy of the customer experience. So from talking to a customer to setting a website live, we can get that done in about 6 to 7 days. That's industry best standards. And we know that the conversion rates of traffic that the end customer gets from the solutions that we build is also best in class, and hence a great customer experience, and hence a great NPS score. We work with our partners in a very fair and reasonable manner. We're not a vendor, we are a business partner. Working in with the major brands, we develop solutions together, but we do them on scale, and we have a one-team philosophy. Our tech stack is built up of all of these different elements of technology and products and that we offer with our services. We position ourselves as platform agnostic when it comes to website builders, and we enjoy good relationships with all of the different platforms that we work with. We've integrated them all into our overall technology platform. But we do work with what we believe to be best of breed. We won't work with somebody or a solution that we think isn't going to deliver a great customer experience. And we're about to launch, we're evolving Spotzer Ads. So Spotzer Ads is our ad serving platform where we can launch in a very easy way, on scale, campaigns in Google, Facebook, Bing, Instagram, and soon we'll be doing TikTok and LinkedIn. So what that means is we can launch a website in a very fast way. It looks like it's been built in an agency. It has unique content within the website. It's fully SEO optimized, so it means it ranks really well when somebody puts into Google search terms, which means the end customer, gets clicks and calls to their website. If they want to boost clicks and calls to their website, we can sell them an ads campaign. And the ads campaign can be across all the different platforms that you'd expect, like I've just talked to, Google, Facebook, etc. And we've built our own ad serving platform with our own algorithms and AI, and we can identify real time the best type of platform to serve an ad and then send the traffic to the website. So that means that the customer gets more conversions and they get more clicks and calls, and at the end of the day, an SMB, really they just want to get more customers or to be easily found by their existing customers. So building out our tech stack has been a key priority over the last 3 years. We've got a great little tech team. We're always looking at new ways to improve. We're very built into the ecosystem of our industry. Within our industry, we are known. We focus very heavily on Europe, the UK, parts of the US and Australia. We're a known brand within our category, but we keep looking at how we can move into other categories as well, but leveraging what we've already built. So we're looking at moving into the banking category. We're going very heavily into the telco market, and as well as already with search and directory businesses, media players, and hosting companies. As I said, we offer the full suite of digital solutions, and we're bringing all of that together into one platform. So that what that means is a customer gets, the end customer can get one reporting dashboard. It can tell them what their return on investment looks like across their website, all the traffic that they're getting, campaigns, SEO. Spotzer ads we launched last year and have rebuilt that platform. Google is always making changes, so you have to have a solid tech team that knows what to do in changing Google APIs. There was a release today, there's another release in April, so we need to stay relevant. Spotzer SEO, we launched that about 6 months ago. We're getting really great traction there. We've got a great dashboard. It's really interesting to the end customer to see the performance, so they know what they're getting for the return on investment. E-commerce we launched last year. We've always done a little bit of e-commerce over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, but in a very vanilla way. We realised that as soon as COVID hit last March, that we needed to really grow that suite of products and that product ladder. And that's a very substantial part of our business now. What's one of the secret sources to our business is that we are in multiple languages. So we can operate pretty much in most languages where people come to us. Core languages, English, German, Dutch, Italian, French, Spanish. But we can also offer in all the other languages. We're about to launch with a partner in Greece and also another partner in which will be in Hebrew in Israel. But we've really mastered that. We've got that now to kind of a cookie cutter model, so that we know exactly what to do when we launch into a new geography. And for us, this is our future hub, which is the integrated dashboard. We are in the process of building out hub. We have a great partner in Australia, interestingly Telstra, and we've built with Telstra what we've called the customer engagement platform. Hub is the next generation of the customer engagement platform, and essentially what this is, it's we build the marketing website for the partner in a very easy way, and then we have the whole ecosystem that sits behind that. So all the partner needs to do is drive traffic to the website that's white labelled in their brand. We've built the whole e-com piece so a customer can buy our suite of products on that site. They can then go through the customer journeys and they can have a do it with me experience or a fully do it for me experience. So what that means is the customer can fill out an online brief talking a bit about their business. It goes through the platform. We can then spit out 3 days later a website and a recommendation of what an ad campaign could look like and where we would put the campaign and what the campaign would be. So that's all in development at the moment. We've done it with Telstra in a unique instance for them. We're now building that out so it can be multi-tenanted. So that's a work in progress. We've already done market testing. Lots of our existing partners are interested in the product, but we already know it opens the doors to other types of categories as well, such as banking and other platforms. And it's a really easy solution for a major enterprise brand to get their head around because they can then conceptualise they don't really need to do anything. We do it all for them. We do all the heavy lifting, which is always a problem for enterprise-sized partners. So this is kind of where we're going. What we've already experienced is through our focus on the customer, we have a very good customer retention rate for our partners. And because of that, they love working with us. So for them, they also build the subscription fees. So customer acquisition has been good. And as you know, to get a customer is difficult, but to keep a customer can be more difficult. We've got really good low churn in general terms for the majority of our partners. Our partnerships have grown. Again, we have the approach that we take to the end customer with the small business operator is the approach that we take to our partner management. So we look after every partner. We realise that what we do is very important for our partners. And we keep partners and we just keep building on that. When we've built out our fulfilment system through our workflows, bringing in new tech, building that tech into our tech stack to have a very seamless experience has meant that the turnaround times on product delivery has had a significant improvement. So our core product, let's say, is websites. When we started a number of years ago, it would take us 25 to 30 days to get a website out after talking to a customer or a customer sending in the details about their business. We've now got that down to less than 10 days and we're at about 5 days at the moment from a production perspective. In real terms, I know that we have some partners where we actually can get production through in 2 days. Now, the reason that is important is because it's important to a small business operator because they have a very short attention span. It's important that as soon as they've made the decision to buy a website or a digital marketing product, it's important to then get that executed really quickly, or else it's something that becomes annoying to them. So that you don't want them to sit there thinking, where's my website, where's my digital campaign? It needs to almost be done real time. So we've had to focus heavily on that. And I think that we've got industry best standards on turnaround times. And when you build into the fact that we've got industry best turnaround times and industry best NPS scores, which is driven through our focus on quality, so the quality of the product that's delivered, it looks like it's bespoke agency built, it starts to build a really good story. And customer sat being key focus, improving, and we're hoping that with the launch of Hub, which will happen in Q1 next year, that will bring us in more partners to drive our growth. And we're building that tech out now. But we've seen that if we've built more product into the suite, That means that it future-proofs the customer, so they have one point of contact to go to. They don't need to go to somebody for a website, somebody else for a Google campaign, somebody else for a Facebook campaign, somebody else for an SEO campaign. They can do it all through the one source, and that intrinsically has lifted NPS as well, because then it becomes easy to deal with. Just supported languages as we've grown. Typically when we launch a new product, we launch it in the English markets first, so either England, the UK, or the UK, the US, or Australia. And the main reason for that is so that we as a management team understand it. Unfortunately, I don't speak Dutch or German or any other language other than classic Australian. Don't speak any other language other than Australian. But we launch in the Australian market first. We really understand the detail from an executive team perspective. So then we can look at the fine nuances that we need to make and changes to make it really perfect. And then we launch into the other markets. But this is just a bit of the story of the different key core languages that we've launched in. And just finishing off with the launch of Hub, our ambition is to get to a 90 points NPS. Get churn to about 2%. We already have some customers, some partners with 2%. Typically the churn with our partners is about 15%, but we're really focused, and our ambition is to get all partners that are on Hub down to 2% and execute a full solution product suite within 3 days, because the demands of the market are changing. They want things more real time. We would love to get to absolute real time, and one day we will, but at the moment we want to bring it down from about 7 days to 3, which we think that we can do that even next year. That's Spotzer. Thank you. So I don't know if any of that made sense. I hope that it did. But throw it open to questions.
A question, a lot of the time in designing a website is not just the technical and the building of it, but also the content, the copy text. How much do you do that, assist in that?
Every website has bespoke, unique content. We take a very product purist approach to how we build, and we know that Google will reward you more if you have got unique content on your website as opposed to generic website that's been ingested through content injection, and then have some slight modification to it. So we've built a process with our workflows so that when a brief comes in, it goes off to a freelance network. And so we've got a freelance network of about 500 copywriters. They receive the order, they write the content, and it comes back, and that has to be done within 8 hours. So we've built a system that tells us which copywriters are available. We rate our copywriters, we score them, and if they fall below a certain scoring, we put them into incubation, which means they go through a little bit of training. They need to do an online test. They pass the test, they can go back. But that keeps it real for them and keeps them honest. So it's a very fast process, and with a freelance model, it's not quite crowdsourcing, but the size of the pool is almost crowdsourcing. But with that model, it means we can work with freelancers. They can be living on a beach in Thailand, and that's their lifestyle choice. But it means we can get premium people working for us at a very good cost rate. So it makes our commercials and economics really effective. We chose to go that way. We did used to do content injection with generic content. So, a plumber, you just put the same content into any plumber's website. How different can it be? Well, it can be very different. But the main reason for making those changes and going with unique content is so that the websites rank really well, because we know with generic content they perform less, which means the end customer, won't get as many conversions, and the result of that then is